Hi, everybody. It's Mark Rushton at markrushton.com. It is Easter Sunday, April 4th, 2021. And this is Realtor Recon for Artists number 17. And it's going to be about low-end RVs and bunkhouses. What is Realtor Recon for Artists? Well, I'm Mark Rushton, and someday I'd like to have a studio workspace outside of my home. It could be a separate home. It could be a rented or purchased commercial location. It could be an outbuilding or an acreage. I just don't know. This could be way in the future. It could be in a big town. It could be in a small town. I'm currently on Iowa, so most of the properties and vehicles that I'm featuring will be located in Iowa. I contend that artists such as, musicians, painters, and writers, etc., should not live in expensive big cities or areas if they can help it. If they have a bit of income from their work, they should consider moving somewhere cheap in the sticks and owning property rather than renting. It give you time to focus on your work and build your career. And normally I use realty websites in order to do advanced reconnaissance, but today we are going to be looking into low-end RVs and bunkhouses as possible studio workspaces. I have considered this in the past. They are all possibly terrible ideas, and we're going to go through why they are. Some of them might be good ideas. Some of them might be extremely bad ideas. And so let's get started, right? And please ignore me. The tree pollen is off the charts, so I'm a little, right? Some people are worse around here than others, but I'm not as bad as I was a few days ago. All right, so let's take a look here at, and I'm going to look at some of the larger cities here in Iowa. Just going to use them as examples, because then you get a greater number of things. And the first off the bat here is Craigslist, and we're going to look at RVs. And we're not going to look at these $145,000 RVs or these $15,000. Look at this $191,000. What are you, a country music artist going around playing the circuit? Oh my God, look at that. There it is, Barbara Mandrell right back there having a nap. So you always think, right? It's always like the country music. It's got horns or something on. I don't know. So yeah, we have to do a little bit of filtering here. So let's take a look. Let's take a look at RVs first, and then I think we're going to mix between the two, RVs and bunkhouses. Now, the great thing about an RV, a Class A or even a Class C RV, is that they are mobile, and you can use them for, more, if you want to go out to the countryside and do something, you want to go to a different locations, you want to tour around and try work in different areas. They are incredibly expensive to maintain. You might as well just start burning your money, because these things are endless money pits. They really are. And you think, and we'll go through some of these listings, and all the red flags are right there, and they will tell you. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. So I thought if I ever had the Rolling Stones mobile studio here, that it would have to be when I had just tons of money to burn, because it might be kind of fun, right? Or if you had, like, say you live out in the country or an acreage, and you have a barn, or you have a house with a RV garage or something like that, you could just park it out in there, and that could be sort of like an interior outbuilding. That's a possibility too. But let's start looking here at some of these listings. And here we have a 2003 Class C. It's got the Ford Triton V10. Let's make the photos here a little bit bigger. That's a nice size, right? But I think this, for 10 grand, I think you're going to be getting into, it's going to be a little too nice, right? See, like that, you don't really have any room to work unless you take out the kitchen. And so you would want a Class C where it's destroyed or damaged or something like that. And then you would just want to gut the whole thing anyway. And then who cares, right? And so it would have to be at a price where This is too nice. Yeah, this is too nice. But if you know, and that's a good workspace, I guess. Yeah. And you go out somewhere and you've got electricity hookups and your air conditioning's running and you're just enjoying the outdoors. I mean, that's a possibility. So this would be off the list right there. Then we have other things like these bunkhouses, and this is Clinton, Missouri, is a little southeast of Kansas City, and something like this. But then again, you have to have a pickup truck, with the gooseneck in order to, or something, right, in order to tow this, and that's more money. And again, no room in here, and this may not be necessarily yuck. Could we not run a vacuum before we take the photos? I'm just saying. Ugh. Where's Mr. Magic Eraser? That would take 2 minutes to clean that up. Well, and how much was this one again? $5,000. But again, you're going to have at least a $10,000 truck or more to tow this. So that's I don't know about that. And then you have other things like this, a Class A, and this one's nearly 30 years old. So you can just imagine. Look at all the things that could go wrong with this, right? And where are you going to get it serviced, right? You're not going to take it down to the tire shop and have them change. Where do you get that sort of thing? What do you think it costs to throw that on a lift, right? Ugh. Let's take a look at this here. This monstrosity. Probably getting a whole 4 miles to the gallon. What used to be there? A nice Honda generator. It's probably, yeah. That thing's crazy. Yeah, that's a little too nice as well, and it's a little too old. You know, it's huge, but it's a little too nice and a little too old. So let's get away from that here. What else have we got going on as far as this stuff is concerned? Yes. So typically everything used to be on Craigslist, but now a lot of people, because they're cheap, they post their stuff on Facebook Marketplace, which is where all the garbage from Craigslist is now going. In my opinion, if you want to buy complete garbage, go to Facebook Marketplace because we're cheap. We don't want to pay for an ad. Yeah, I think that's one thing that definitely happened with Craigslist when they started charging a nominal fee for an ad for a vehicle. All the sub $1,000 cars, they ran last time I parked it here 30 years ago. All that stuff fled to Facebook Marketplace. Now let's bring it in here. Let's bring this browser in here. And what were we going to look at? Yeah, we're going to look at Des Moines because we need a little bit larger market to look at here. So we've got some examples here. I think. Oh yeah, here we go. And I've been watching these for years. The Dodge Honeybee, the $2,000 Dodge Honeybee. What could possibly go wrong with a 44-year-old RV? Well, how much money do you have to burn? These are cute, but they don't have much room. I mean, your bed is up there. You don't even have you don't have a bedroom. You have a little loft above the driver's section. Yeah, there's no room in here. There's no room in here to really do anything unless you want to go outside and paint. If you're a painter, you're painting outdoors, or maybe you're doing field recordings, or maybe you're doing live or something like that. You don't have any room. And well, Needs some work on it. Needs new tires. Needs. Just needs some TLC. Just needs more of your money. It's not been started in 2 years. What have you been doing the last 2 years? Only serious. Only people who are serious. It's not been started in 2 years. I really only want serious buyers. None of you tire kickers. What do you can't possibly expect me to start this thing in the last 2 years or put some new tires on it. That's going to cost me money. It won't be worth. All right, let's go on to the next thing. Jesus. You see why this is a bad idea? Now, some of these bunkhouses, some of these really cheap bunkhouses might be a good idea, just because, again, if you have like a barn, you have an outbuilding, you can put these in here. So if they have a leaky roof, instead of converting that barn or that outbuilding to make it habitable to a certain extent, you just put one of these things inside and you have a space. Or if you have a a smaller pickup truck, maybe not necessarily a ginormous thing with every hook imaginable, you could tow one of these things around. So the toy hauler, tandem axles are very nice. Let's see, how many photos do we get? Do we get 5? Are you blessing us with 5 photos? Oh, it's the toy hauler because you can roll down the back and put your stuff in there. Put in your wares. I wonder if those things don't haul cars, do they? How come you don't get an interior photo? Honestly, if I could see what it was like on the inside, that might be good, because the thing about the toy haulers is, yeah, you've got that. It's like a little mini garage. That might actually be a pretty good idea. $3,500. That's You don't have anything to tear out because you've got this enormous space in here for your stuff, for the being the toy hauler, and then you have a little loft up here, and then probably have a little facilities in here for maybe shower and cooking. That might not be $3,500. Not bad. That it's not going to be on the short list, but that would be something to definitely think about. Let's move on. Again, this is like that class. How much was this one here? $70,000 Ford Triton V10. Yeah, 17,999. Again, this is just going to be your grandfather's enormous. You might as well just buy a cheap mobile home at this point with something like this. Yeah, okay, let's move on. All right, what is this? 1997 Shasta, $3,500. This is in Waterloo. And yeah, take that bed out of there. You get some room. And you've also got, I remember this one. This is like the worst photos imaginable, right? Yes. What's that hose doing in there? Yeah, the absolute brilliant photography here. Love looking at your toilet. Oh yeah, this is where the magic happens. Not bad. Not bad. I think I might like if I had photos of the toy hauler, I think I would appreciate the toy hauler a little more, because then what you're not doing is you're not demoing a camper that, could eventually be sold as a camper, right? Whereas if you took everything out of here, then it would have to become a kind of a toy hauler, but without the really good door. Oh my God. Do we not know how to? I guess we don't. Hi, Melissa. Is this still available? Yeah, so I think the kind of the winner here, as far as all this stuff is concerned, would be the Baja Mighty Light Jayco here for $3,500. But again, I don't know what the interior. It doesn't matter. Honestly, it doesn't matter. You think about that. This does not matter because you got that door on there, and if you need to, move in your art supplies or your recording equipment, whatever like that, that's how you get going. I got to look into this. I got to look into toy haulers. That seems like uh, yeah, RVs and toy haulers. I have to rename this video here. Low end RVs, bunkhouses, and toy haulers. I just happened across this. It wasn't like this was in part of my research. This is more like on the fly, you know, Facebook. And the thing is, yeah, Facebook Marketplace. It's like, well, what could possibly be wrong with this? Well, the roof might leak, the air conditioning might not work. You may have an issue with the tires or the tandem axles or something like that. You're probably not going to have to deal with rust. These things don't really get moved around, particularly in the winter. I'm not quite sure what's going on here with that. Is that a window? That looks like it's taped up. And this is all zip tied. And yeah, I'm not quite sure what's going on there. Who cares? $3,500, right? And then you could just get you could have like a Toyota Tacoma would haul that. That'd be no problem. Or a Ford Ranger. Could a Ford Ranger tow this? I'm not quite sure. Yeah, this seems like, out of all the things, and it would be fun to have like a completely cleared out Class C. That would be kind of fun. But this might work too. This might work as well. So anyway, that's Realtor Recon for artist number 17 on Easter Sunday, April 4th, 2021. I'm Mark Rushton, markrushton.com. And I think the next one we're going to do, I think the next one is going to be mobile homes. Cheap mobile homes. Because there's a lot of those out there, and they're still cheap. And yeah, you might have to pay, if you have it somewhere, you might have to pay lot rent and all that sort of stuff. But we'll get into that. Those may be a good option too for artists as well. And anyway, that's it for now, and we'll talk to you later.